Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to Union Cross. JP just got 2 new medals, one being a Prime medal and the other one being a High Score Challenge medal. And also there's a third one I want to talk about because I didn't talk about them in my tier list when I made my guide for that. So we're going to go over the Prime medal first because the Prime medal being Prime, Lee, and Isa is basically the one that's going to drop tonight. It should drop tonight. That's usually how they've been doing it. And it's really good that this is happening because I changed my schedule, so I'm not up till 3 o'clock in the morning anymore. I'm going to be going through a schedule change. So hopefully this is the medal that's coming out tonight. Regardless, let's talk about it and what it is. It's basically an upright version of Prime Axel. So everything that Prime Axel has is on this medal, except that it gives upright buffs and upright defense down. So starting off, is this medal going to be worth it? Again, the multiplier is 11.99 and 6-star. If you pull 5 times, most likely you're going to get a 7-star for 30.04. Same case goes for every other Prime medal that is tier 4. Wait for level 4 fairies to evolve them. Silver tickets have level 4s. Everyone's able to get at least bronze, and some people are allowed to get silver tickets, but not everyone. So I know that most of you guys might want to pull 5 times to get this medal, but that's going to cost you 15,000 jewels when you can pull like 5 times on something else, or say for that Kairi EX or Xion EX that you don't have yet. When it comes to power, they do got a multiplier of 30.04, which is pretty high when it comes to our new meta versus our old meta. But if you took away all 6 stars, why, Kelly, why? So that's my lovely wife, Smelly. Basically, like I was saying, if you take away the whole 6-star scenario and you just look at 7 stars only, let's just say 7 stars become the meta and there's nothing else, which basically it is right now, 7 stars or nothing. Looking at the multiplier 30.04, basically the benchmark. It's down there. It's sitting at the lowest multiplier besides a couple of other tier 3s and a couple other tier 4s who sit at like 27 and 28. He is pretty much at 30, which is good damage. Can't go wrong with this damage. But when we go forward this much and we've seen this much Prime medals, how long is that 30 gonna last? Right now, my Prime Axel, I actually put a defense boost 5 on him because with the current medals I got from 7 stars in PvP, my Prime Axel no longer has that amount of damage that I want compared to my tier 5, 6, 7s, and 8s. Now, when it comes to everyone else who can't be competing in PvP and you can't be making your tier 5, 6, 7, and 8s into a 7-star, then yes, this is going to be a really good damage dealer for you. But in Global, we do have Buzz and Woody, who are actually better Prime medals. Not buff-wise. They still have good buffs, but their multiplier is bigger. Buzz and Woody do have a multiplier of like 32 almost. I'm going to show you guys right now. So like here's Woody, 7 stars. His max multiplier is 31.92, where again, their max multiplier is 30.04. So if you are going to pull 5 times, I would pull for limited time medals like Woody and Buzz being an upright power against that. But the only difference is that you only get ×4 upright, where this medal right here gets upright defense down on the enemy by 7. So it could be something good where you go for this instead of Buzz because this has a complete upright defense down by 7. Personally, for me on my main account, this would be another medal I would probably put defense boost 5 on, but that's only because I'm looking for damage / protection and also some buffs here and there. Something I would put on every setup because of what it allows. It has a defense down, has that upright defense down, along with a pretty decent multiplier and not too high of a multiplier that I'd rather put an attack boost on it. So that's just case of being really strong. For free to play and everyone else, this would be a medal you put your attack boost on, just like Prime Axel. A lot of you guys are still using Prime Axel as a main damage dealer because that's because he's really good. So it all depends where you are in the game, but for me personally, I probably will just pull the once for it and then use my level 4 fairy tickets on there because I'm doing pretty good in PvP. I won't pull 5 times, but someone who's new and needs damage, you would be pulling 5 times for this or the Buzz or the Woody just to keep up in the game, because these are the tier 7s that free to plays can actually acquire and we need them. Look at the Sykes Plus event. It got extremely hard until people use their Key Art 17s, their Buzzes, their Woodies, their Prime Axels as 7-star medals. I know that enemy has a counter on his head, but other events are going to come out where you need tier 4 7-star medals minimum. There is Sykes B that's tier 3, but that's another story. So it all depends what you guys want to do. It's just an upright version of Prime Axel. What do you have already on your setup? Do you want an upright power medal? Do you want the limited time medals, Buzz and Woody? It's all basically in the same area. I would recommend Buzz and Woody though. For everyone else in JP, you don't have that choice because I guess you didn't get that collaboration. So it's up to you what you guys want to do with this. Now for the second part, is Prime Sora, and well, not Prime, but I was thinking Prime Lines. It's Sora and Simba here. So Sora and Simba is a high score challenge medal, and there was a third medal I wanted to talk about. These two medals are exactly the same, and they both came from a high score challenge. The first high score challenge was for Cloud and Leon. Now these are the highest multipliers in the game between JP and Global, but they're only in JP at the moment. Global doesn't have this, so we don't currently have this medal, and this medal is coming out tonight. Not tonight. This medal came out today for JP. It's probably not going to come out tonight for us. If we do get a high score challenge in Global, this is the medal we should be seeing. Rip Nick and Judy, but tonight or today JP did get this medal, and they're exactly the same except for Cloud and Leon has 4 hits where Simba and Sora has 11 hits. So that's the only difference you guys are seeing here is the hit difference. But besides that, anywhere else, Simba here and Sora have 11 hits, so enemy counters, blue counters, you're really going to screw yourself over, where Cloud and Leon here only have 4 hits. Surprisingly though, no surprise, is this is the power version upgrade. Here's a speed upgrade. Most likely you guys are going to be seeing a magic upgrade of the same kind of thing. Random attack medal tier 8, costs 9 SP, and at 7 stars they increase your upgrade attack by 3. They have no other buffs or debuffs. They're just huge, heavy hitting medals. 6 star, 27.72. If we go back into here, we know that Invisible in Global is our strongest medal. He's got a multiplier starting at 15 and ends in 50.09, where this medal ends in 53.66. So you can see that's a huge increase. That's a 3.56 if I'm doing my math right. Yeah, 3.56 multiplier difference compared to these two medals, and that's a huge jump. We're jumping big time from 6 stars to 7 stars, but when you compare a 7 star to a 7 star, I said this when I didn't really release a video, but Invisible and Psyx Plus were like the pretty much the metal damage increased compared to Warrior of Light, Diz, and all that, but it didn't increase that much. I was looking for something else, and that's these medals right here. And usually high score challenge medal, VIP medals are usually an indication of the meta changing because they're like early access. If you pay for the game, you get this new multiplier or this new buff and debuff. If you compete in the high score challenge, you get early access to the new medals coming out, just a little bit weaker than what they're supposed to be. In the case of Warrior of Light, that was a collaboration that was different. That Warrior of Light and Terra are really good because they have the plus counters on their head. But usually this multiplier should be the norm very soon. So that's why I said medals like this, I threw my defense boost on there because I am competing in PvP. So why would I put a defense boost on these medals? I need a defense boost in PvP on something. Might as well be a tier 4 that has a pretty decent multiplier and good amount of buffs and debuffs. But again, that's just my strategy. So doesn't mean it's right, so don't follow my advice on that. Don't go do that because most likely you guys might need this on another Keyblade as an attacking medal. But either way, these medals are incredible. I think that if a high score challenge comes out, I would definitely be competing for these because one, it's a combination of pulls plus getting a free medal for doing your pulls. So you pull for percentage medals for the high score challenge. That adds up to getting a higher score in the high score challenge. If you get high enough, you get a boosted version of this. If you make a certain ranking or a certain score, you at least get a couple copies of this. So it's really good to see that, and I'm really curious what the magic version is going to be because here's the power version, here's the speed version. You guys take a guess what the magic version is going to be. But basically a trio coming out, and the same thing for the prime medals. There should be maybe speed versions. Are they going to go as far as continue with tier 4s for speed, or are tier 5 primes going to come out and they're going to be the speed? So there'll be like a prime something tier 5 that has all this but in tier 5 version. Are they going to do that, or are they going to continue this into the tier 4s? I know that we currently do have Key Art 17 and stuff like that. So if you look at Key Art 17, he's a magic version, but he doesn't have that ×7 down or ×7 up. He's got ×4 because he's AoE, where these guys are single target along with Prime Axel. So are they going to continue all that in tier 4s or jump to tier 5s? So that is pretty much all these medals. This one, is questionable. You shouldn't pull 5 times for these medals if you're competing PvP. If you're not competing PvP, like I said, you have no choice but to pull for these medals unless you really, really want to wait it out and see if they start giving out silver ticket and gold tickets in events, avatar boards, stuff like that. And then, of course, these guys, for me, the newest, biggest, baddest medals in the game, I usually go full competition, a high score challenge. I cannot wait for a high score challenge. That was better than the last one. Last one was Pete's, and I just had no interest in Pete. But if these guys come out, oh, do you ever know I'm going to go for these? Definitely going to go for these. And then being tier 8, I'm 1 ticket away from tier 8, so I can't wait to see these guys. I'd rather make these guys into a 7-star instead of the Visible or Sykes Plus. This is the medals I would make into a 7-star in a heartbeat compared to those two. So that is pretty much it for this. This is a sneak preview to what's coming out. And JP, you guys are already dealing with this. So good luck to you guys on your high score challenge. Good luck to everyone on their polls. In Global, I'll see you guys tomorrow when the update hits Global. And hopefully there's a high score challenge along with it. Don't forget, if you have Phantom or any other medals that you just finished polling for right now, if you get trait medals, keep those trait medals separate, at least 1 copy, just in case they are a percentage medal in the high score challenge. You don't want to lose out on percentage and have to pull more to compete. That is pretty much everything though. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.